Hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday. How y'all doing? Hopefully good. Um, as always, I asked for suggestions on what to talk about. And today I got 3 suggestions. 2 of them I put in the title. The last one I didn't see until I was sharing the link to this. It was dreams, the philosophy of paganism, and internet trolling. Um, what can I say? If you ever pick up one of those books that tells you what each thing in a dream means, I have one advice when it comes to getting one of those books, and that is it makes good kindling. Yeah, I'm serious because it's absolutely worthless. Um, because the symbolism in dreams comes from your head. Just because a tree means a tree to most people, it doesn't necessarily mean that to you. Um, just because, okay, I'll put it this way. Sometimes a candle is just a candle, and sometimes a watermelon is just a watermelon. Um, because Freud thought round things represented the vagina and tall, skinny things represented penises. No, to me, a candle means illumination, seeing things, clarity. That's what it means to me. A watermelon means a food that I feel obligated to eat because you're supposed to eat it in the summer, right? That's the only time I ever eat it, and I only eat it once, if at all. Um, when it comes to me and my history of dreams, up until about 11 years ago, the only dreams I ever had were nightmares. I had night terrors every night. Well, not every night, but every night that I dreamed, I had night terrors, and I didn't remember any other dreams. Most of my nightmares had a common theme. That was people being taken over by something else and changed, and then hating me and being mean and yelling. In my dreams, it wasn't their fault because they were taken over by something else. I had a reoccurring one for years and years and years, having to do with. You ever see the movie The Stuff? It's based. It's a aliens taking over the world type movie. Um, and there was another theme. That's basically what it was. And people bought a product that was kind of like frozen yogurt, or all kind of like yogurt or frozen yogurt, in a container like like a pint of ice cream. And people would eat it, and they loved it so much they'd compulsively eat it until they became aliens because they were consuming the aliens. Um, I had a reoccurring dream having to do with that. And they were always trying to convince me and trick me into eating it. Um, it would take over people I cared about until I kept having that dream over and over and over again and it was terrifying to me until one day I had a dream that me and a few of my friends, very small number of friends, um, and a cartoon character. Well, it was an anime character. Um, got on giant Pegasuses. Yeah, it's dreams. So we're hiding under the mall, and we flew them around the world, and that somehow forced all of the aliens to leave the planet, and everybody was saved. I didn't have the dream again for a very long time after that. Um, it's like I moved twice, had the life, moved up here. I had the dream once more again. Well, actually, twice. Once I had the dream that they started to invade again and tried to trick me into consuming it again. And then I had another dream that they were trying to trick me to consume it again. Only this time, um, me and another friend looked at each other and said, "Oh my God, it's happening again." And we ran off into the woods and joined a resistance force. And then I never had the dream again. Um, I had another reoccurring dream that had nothing to do with aliens attacking. It had to do with a car accident. I dreamed that I was in the car. This was when I was a teenager. I was in a car with my dad. We were driving along, and all of a sudden, we were going through an intersection and we were talking, and we got hit by another car going in the opposite direction, going in a different direction at a intersection. And everything went black, and I had the knowledge that I was dead. Um, that was a reoccurring dream that happened quite a bit when I was a teenager. It stopped though. Um, what else about dreams? Like I said, the symbolism is your symbolism. I also had one that a haunted house was trying to eat me. Um, yeah, real fun. But my dreams changed. I started having boring dreams that nothing was going on, that it was just life. And I also started having the night terrors, but I was able to stop them. I still am able to stop them. Um, I stopped them with paperwork. Well, basically bureaucracy. Um, the I was in a dream. The axe murderer was getting ready to like chop my head off, and I said, "Have you filled out the proper paperwork to do this?" And it just the axe murderer just got this shocked look. Said, "There's paperwork." I said, "Yes," and I got him to a room with whole stacks of papers and told him that he needed to fill all of these out before he was able to like actually kill somebody. And 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 then I, walked away and everything was fine. The axe murderer was doing all this paperwork and getting really annoyed and getting a headache and yeah. And I just walked away. And that's how my bad dreams go now. I stop them with medium. Um, it worked. Um, what it is I stopped being scared. That's how I was able to do that. I stopped being scared. I told myself that it couldn't hurt me. And then I was able to do that. Well, when it comes down to it, we are in control of our dreams. We just don't realize it when they're going on. Like I said, there's a lot of symbolism, but it's our own. So we have to look at what things mean to us. Um, like when I had a dream when I was in junior high that my arm fell off. It's like it meant something to me. Um, yeah, we all have our own symbolism. Um, my voice is really rough. I don't know why, but it's been like that for a little bit. Um, okay, let's go. Let's skip the pagan um, philosophy one and go to because that's going to be a long one, pretty much. So we'll go to internet trolling. Um, it's easy for people to say stuff to other people when they aren't really there, um, because there's no real consequences. They say things that they never say to people in real life. And I think that's kind of sad. They outright go to attack people just to make themselves feel better. Also makes me feel sad. Um, it really shows how impotent they are in their own lives that they have to do that. Um, I'm not going to say anything to you online that I wouldn't say to you in person. Um, that being said, I'm pretty capable of saying just about anything in person. You make me angry, I'm very likely to say, hey, you're making me angry. Because if I take care of things in my life, then they don't have to come out sideways. And to me, internet trolling is stuff coming out sideways because you're really taking it out on people in your life, even though they're not there. That's the way I see it, at least. Um, okay, on to pagan philosophy. That's a way too hard of a subject because there are too many because there are too many different belief systems that go into paganism. It's a catch-all phrase. Pagan is a catch-all phrase created by Christians to basically describe anything that isn't them. Um, but it has gone to be just having to do with nature religions. And so the basic philosophy is to be one with nature. That's the basic philosophy because that is what we are, isn't it? We are part of nature. We're an animal, just like the dog or the cat or the moose or the duck. We're an animal. No better, no worse. It's like they build, duck builds their nest. Well, that's what our home is. It's our nest. Um, it's like I want to talk about like gods and stuff, but with pagans, there's so many different ones and so many different things. It's like they're Hellenistic that believe in there's Nordic religions. There's too many. Um, when it all boils down to living with the planet and not against it, living with each other, not against each other. That being said, my particular brand of paganism is actually a warrior, chubby, 49-year-old woman, and my beliefs are a warrior's beliefs. Yeah, the whole drink the blood of your enemies out of their skull type deal, which really means taking care of your own. It means not sitting back and waiting for somebody else to protect you. And when it comes to a warrior belief system, there has to be a certain amount of peace. Because somebody goes into a fight having to do with anything, even just a verbal fight. Rage is not your friend because rage causes mistakes. Being calm and assessing the situation and doing something about it, that is a better way to go about things. So part of the philosophy to me has to do with um, keeping keeping centered, and protecting the people around me and myself, taking care of people and taking care of myself, and not searching for a fight, but not hiding from one either. With me, there's an added thing though. I am very based in music. Um, the beliefs I'm about to be talking about actually are backed up by science. Shocking, isn't it? The spiritual belief can be backed up by science, but it is. The universe has a vibration. The planet has a vibration. Each planet has its own vibration. The rocks, the trees, everything has a vibration. We are beings of energy and light. We have a vibration. Heck, everything is a being of energy and light when you come down to it, because we're built out of atoms. Each atom has its own vibration. And it's swirling around, and we're just energy. We're just tightly packed energy. Um, and energy has a vibration, just like music has a vibration. Music is vibration. Each tone is a vibration. All of those vibrations together make the fabric of life. Um, how do I say this? It's hard talking about some things when I don't have words. I have pictures and I have sounds, but not words. Um, like I said, everything has its own vibration. And it's when we interact with things or other people, it's our vibration and theirs going together and making a song of its own. It's up to us whether it's a beautiful song or a bad song. Yes, I think of it in terms of the song because it's all music. It's like this, well, you can't see that direction. This has a vibration. These little lights have a vibration. Together, they make a very pretty, in my opinion, visual, but it's all a vibration. We all are. So that's me talking about my philosophy of things. Um, I want the music to be beautiful. I want the music of my life to be beautiful and not chaotic. Um, Music became a strong thing having to do with my spiritual beliefs and my philosophy of life, and well, it is life. Um, a long time ago, um, I was looking for something to believe in. I was looking hard for something to believe in because I got hooked up with this 12-step program. It was saying the second step was coming to believe in a power greater than ourselves. And I was looking for a power greater than myself. And I looked into all sorts of different religions, and I wasn't finding what I was looking for until I just realized it's like a higher power can be anything. And then I looked into my life, it's like, okay, what's been there that makes me happy? What makes me happy? I came to the realization it was music. That whenever I was sad, whenever there was any problem, I just would basically crawl into music. And so I decided, okay, I guess my higher power is music. Well, that's all fine and dandy, but it's like I just went on with life. And a little while later, I was coming out of the East Side Alano Club in Warren, Michigan, and I heard all sorts of noises. They were working on the road outside. There were kids playing not too far away. I was hearing the birds of spring, and I was hearing cars driving by, and all this racket. And I realized that it was music, all the different sounds melding in together to make a music of that afternoon. That idea hit me like a wave. It was all music. Everything is music. That life is music. It's like my beliefs have like grown since then. I do believe in a god and a goddess. Well, actually, a couple of gods and a couple of goddesses, but they're really just representations of the vibrations of those elements, the vibration of the sun, the vibration of the water, the vibration of the moon, the vibration of the forest. They're all vibrations. They are mighty, mighty vibrations. But they are those. those beings are representing those vibrations. I'm kind of annoyed, to be very honest. Doc told me to talk about the subject, and he's not watching. It's like, shame on him. Giving me this lofty thing to talk about, and he's nowhere to be found. I don't know about that, Chuck. I'm hassling. When it comes to friends who are online and not close enough to see like regularly or ever, that of the ones that I've never met, I have a lot of friends I've never met in person online. And of the people I've never met in person, I think he's in my top 5. No, he's in my top 2. I'm not going to say who the other one is, but he's in my top 2. Not going to say if he's the top one or if he's the second one, but he's in my top 2. I would absolutely love to meet him. I've seriously considered like driving down to Traverse City for no apparent reason, even though, I can't really afford it. But still, I've thought about it simply because he's like so awesome. He's my type of people. And he's not that far away when it comes down to it. If I drove fast, I could make it there in like 4 or 5 hours. He's just, as the crow flies, it's even closer, but you can't like drive through a lake. It's an awfully big lake in between us. That's why we got to drive around it. But I haven't met him in person, but I'd love to. Actually, all of the people who suggested things today, I would love to meet them in person. But the other 2 are like way too far away. One of them's in California. Actually, I don't remember where April is. So I can't say she's all that far away because I really don't know. I forgot. I'm pretty sure it's far away though. The other one's like way out in California. So, but Chuck, he's like in the state. He's just on the other side of Lake Michigan. Yeah, I think I'm done talking. I'm planning on painting another painting. This one with actual purpose. Doing one that's a sigil for protection. I want a sigil for yeah. Sometimes I stumble over my words. I want a sigil for protection on my wall. I think it'd be a good idea. So I'm going to paint one. And I think it will be nice. At least I hope it will be. So that's what I plan on painting next. What I painted yesterday was a symbol in a very stylized nature scene. It's been in my head for a long while, so I figured I'd do it. It's like I said, it's very stylized. But it's bright. It's like the brightest of all my paintings now. But then all of the other ones are like old and probably could use some cleaning. That might have something to do with it. But yeah, it's bright and it's beautiful. No, I'm not going to pull it off the wall to show. I showed it yesterday, not quite done, but it was pretty close. Um, yeah, I know I need to get to doing the things I need to do. I am doing stuff, I just haven't been like showing it, and I need to start showing it. Um, yeah, as you can tell, I look tired. It's more, it's been a rough few days. Not emotionally or like mentally, but kind of physically. It's been a rough few days. Um, yeah, my throat being rough isn't the only part that's been being rough. Um, yeah, so I think I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to watch an episode of Supernatural, and then I am going to go to bed. And hopefully, I will start painting while I'm watching Supernatural. And um, good night, sweet dreams, enjoy.